talk about how to safely lift a car using our two-post hoist. These are the posts. There's two of them. That's how you can recognize the two-post hoist as compared to the four-post hoist in the shop. The two-post hoist in our shop has a 10,000 pound capacity. You should always check the vehicle GVWR, which is on the inside of the door, on that sticker, and make sure that it does not exceed the maximum capacity of the hoist you're using. In the case of this minivan, there's a lot of headroom, so it's quite safe to use this two-post hoist. You don't have to resort to the 12,000 pound four-post hoist in order to lift it. The two-post hoist has some advantages over the four-post drive-on hoist, and the biggest advantage is that the lift points, as you can see under here, they swing in and out. So you're not stuck with having to deal with a situation where you have to lift the car up once it's already on the hoist. If I put this car on the hoist here, I have access to the wheels, I can change the brakes with no difficulty. When I use the four-post hoist, I have to use an auxiliary lift unit to lift that. So step one, after the teacher has brought the car in and centered it between the two posts of the hoist, you'll need to locate the factory lift points for the car. If you don't know what they are, the owner's manual is usually in the glove box, or you can look online for it. In the case of this Chrysler minivan, the factory lift points are on the pinch weld, where the body comes together with the floor of the car. You have to be really careful. You don't want to lift by the rocker panel. That's here. This is plastic. The actual pinch weld is in behind, so it looks like a second lift afterwards. You put the four pads of the hoist. These are the adjustable pads here. You can add or subtract these pipe units to make them taller or shorter to best fit the car that you're lifting. Also, you can add some at the back and none on the front in order to get a level lift on the car. If you have any questions, please see the instructor before you do anything related to lifting a vehicle, just because it can be quite dangerous. These are very heavy and you don't want one to come off the hoist during service. So in this case, I've already positioned the pads. I'm going to put this last one in. Sometimes you have to get down on the floor, which is not all that pleasant, but just make sure that you're wearing shop appropriate clothes. Okay, so I've now positioned the pad of the hoist underneath the factory lift point of the car, and I'm ready to lift the car up. Before you lift the car, you should always do a quick walk around to make sure that everything is ready to go, and that there's nothing, no people, and no objects inside the yellow lines that you see here on the floor. So I'm going to do a quick walk around. Okay, there's nothing or nobody in the way. I'm ready to lift the car. I'm going to do so. I'm going to first take a quick look, make sure again that nobody's around, and I'm going to announce that I'm going to lift the vehicle. I can say something like, clear. Nobody answers me. Everything's good. I'm ready to start lifting. These are the controls for the hoist. This is up. This lever here is down. So when I lift the car, I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to be listening for any bad sounds. I'm going to get the car a couple of feet off the ground, and then I'm going to go walk around again, and I'm going to do a quick test just to make sure that it's securely on the hoist by pushing it, maybe rocking it a little bit, just to make sure that everything's balanced and there's no hazard. Just a quick little test. It's firmly on the hoist, so I'm safe to lift it the rest of the way. So, you press the button. You hear those clicking sounds? That is the safety engaging the hoist. That means that when I lower the car, if you were to lose hydraulic pressure suddenly, the car would not come crashing down. Okay, be very mindful of the ceiling. This is a minivan, it's a tall vehicle. You want to make sure that it doesn't come into contact with the top of the hoist or the ceiling of the shop. Okay, that's about as high as I need to go. This is the valve that comes off. See, it's come down and it is sat firmly on the safety mechanism, which will not allow it to fall. So this is like having a jag stands built into one. Now the car is sufficiently lifted, I can get underneath and I can perform my service. To bring the car down off of the two-post hoist, you first have to raise it a little bit so that it comes off of the safety stop that's there. So I'm going to raise it. Okay, I didn't raise it enough to click the next safety stop, just the one. And then, in order to bring it down, I need two-handed operation. This hand will bring the lever down, which disengages the safety stops, and this hand is used to bring the hydraulic system so that let the fluid out so that the vehicle will come down. Again, I need to be very careful. I need to ascertain that there's nobody within the yellow box on the floor, nothing underneath. I didn't leave tools or the oil drain pan underneath. And then I can bring the vehicle down and I'll lower it all the way to the ground. When you get to the bottom, it's important to make sure that you've lowered it all the way so that the arms on the hoist completely disengage from the car, go all the way down, and you'll hear it and feel it when they hit the ground. I've lowered the car all the way. It's safe to remove the arms from the hoist from underneath the vehicle and then get the teacher to drive the car out of the service bay.